Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Freedom Force New Party Who Dis by Devil's Due Comics. Sorry, I had to get the whole entire thing out, man, and wow. Yeah, this was a pretty fun comic book, I gotta admit. Make no mistake, I also like the Trump Force comic books, the Trump Space Force, the Trump Who Laughs, and all that crazy stuff. I love all of them because I know that all it is satire. Um, First off, let me say this. Not everything in here should be taken seriously. In fact, most things shouldn't. Case in point, if you think that it's just some big old, like, left-wing libtard thing where they're praising her and blah, blah, blah. Okay, they also have Bernie Sanders in drag. Or maybe it actually is a woman. I'm not sure. But there's a lot, there's a whole lot to be said inside this comic book. That being said, I'm still sure a whole bunch of right-wing people who don't actually know anything, who are like single issue voters. Well, is it a... Well, I'll tell you right now who I'm going to vote for. Are they pro-life? Well, by pro-life, you mean they allow a woman to, or they refuse to let a woman have any control over their body? That's goddamn right, boy. That's what I mean, son. Gotcha. Because you want the fetus to live. Damn right, that's the way God intended it. Healthcare for the baby? Hell no. Free lunches for the kid? Hell no. Take any kind of care of the kid once it's no longer a fetus? Hell no. That's up to God to decide. God says it's our job to make sure that kid is born regardless. And no contraceptive because, yeah, sorry, you're stupid. And go F yourself. Leave your dislike and piss off, jackass. In the meantime, this was a hysterical comic book. All right, so let's get into, you know what? No, I can't get into all the people who wrote this because there's, as it actually says in here, in the thank you over here, there's a big old thank you letter for the people who read it. There are more people involved in this comic book than most of us have payments left on our student loans. So just like all you guys, all you people who did this, you all deserve some kind of credit. I hope that this can be seen because they all deserve credit for making this totally hysterical comic book, which even the ones who are like making fun of the resist movement and stuff like that, it was still a funny comic book. I loved it. And I gotta say, the whole haters thing, great. This was a fun comic book, man. I mean, if anybody's gonna sit here and take this seriously, and even if you did, she's going to try and destroy the Democratic Party. Meanwhile, the Conservative Party, the Republican Party. Meanwhile, the Democrats over here, the donkeys, they're all like, uh-oh, she's going to take our jobs. There was a lot of funny stuff in here. Things that simply should never be taken seriously. Including, just saying, man, like I died at that one. Oh, I died at that one. There was just too much funny stuff in here, including one thing, a face finder. Try and find Mitch McConnell's face in a sea of creatures that all have the little giblet thing on the bottom. I could have one right now, but you can't see because of the beard. Nope, nothing. Not just an actual neck. Ain't no giblet. Like that dude's got a giblet for mine. Looks like a turkey. When he smiles, I made a joke against Trump because he insulted me. Jackasses. Look, man, all I'm going to say is this was a really good comic book. And after that, I don't like politicians. Period. I ain't no libtard. I ain't no conservacuck. I'm not any of these people because that's stupid. Parties are stupid. The only cool parties were the ones when I was in high school, all right? And then I went to the Army, and then I went to college, so I didn't go to any of those cool parties afterwards. I missed all that stuff. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, people who vote along party lines, you're stupid. I don't care which side you vote on. You're stupid. You go with the issues, and you don't go with a single freaking issue. You never go with a single issue. You try and find the people who are most like what you say. And let's be realistic. Your average politician, 99-point-something% of these freaking politicians, all it is they plead to the voters once every 3 years. Unless you're a president, then you're going to go once every 4 years. Please vote for me because I'm the guy. I'm the guy. And I don't care who you are. I don't care which number you are in the presidential line or in the congressional line or whatever. I don't care. Senate, House of Representatives, I don't care. They're all jackasses. 99 point something percent of them are jackasses. Because they plead then they're going to turn around and they're going to go to their donors and be like, hey, I need some money to make it look like I'm the one who's clearly going to win. Because let's face it, easily half of the United States population and half of and probably more of the Canadian population, that's what it seems like to me, they're only going to vote along party lines anyway. But I got to make sure that I get through the primary, because after that, it's just a blame game from that point on. So, yeah, hook me up, baby. Hook me up. Yeah. And they're never going to listen to constituents once they actually get in. They're only going to listen to their special interests, the people who donated to them, because people donate money, and then if they don't do what they say, these people will not give any more money. And all we are a vote once every couple of years, once every few years. So yeah, it's ridiculous. And most of them don't do that. And I'm telling you right now, if AOC, like, I gotta say I like AOC, man. This is a personal note. This is where you can throw your dislikes. F your mom too. A lot of these politicians, they have no interest in anything. So when AOC, just simply when she takes care of her district in the Bronx, not the rest of the Bronx, not the rest of the of New York City, not the rest of greater New York State, not the rest of America, man. But when she just does things for her district alone, she's doing more than 99 point something percent of the other representatives, the governors, the president, the all the senators, you know, put together, freaking U.S. Supreme Court judges many of the times. She's doing more. She's doing better than all of them. But she's not only concerned for stuff like that. And I gotta say also, got some issues with Bernie, man, because I'm not a single issue voter. But just the thing, you look at Bernie's record, you look at what he's done. Let's be realistic. What have the past 5 presidents done? Some Repubs, some Dems. What have the past 5 presidents done that have equaled what Bernie has done? You want to say, oh, well, he's had a longer career in? Yeah, as just a senator who gets a lousy vote and has been using the bully pulpit for a good portion of his life. This guy's done more for anybody. Like, I'm sorry, who else has raised wages? And people who say, oh, well, they can't afford to raise wages. And yet these companies aren't out of business. Canada did it. None of these companies went out of business. They all said they were going to. Not a single one did. So yeah, it's cute. Look, man, I think all politicians, for the most part, are scum. And I hope that AOC doesn't change and become scum. I hope that Bernie doesn't change and become scummier. You know what I'm saying? But just, nah, man. Nah, dude. If these people stay who they are, just stay who they are, we'd be better off in the world. F the Dems, F the Republicans, F the Libs, F the Conservatives, F them all. All right? And we just get regular politicians who just want to be good people and do what their constituents ask for. What else could we ever ask for in life, right? That being said, this is a great satire book. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I enjoyed all the parts that made fun of her, the parts that, you know, boosted her. It was all great. It was all good. And I'm looking forward to that Bernie one that's coming out soon too, because that's probably going to be even funnier. We'll see. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.